So yesterday, we talked about the speculation that the chief legal counsel at NAR might be out. What's her name? Johnson, I think. And I was like, she should probably be fired. I mean, you just lost a case that is potentially going to cost your organization $5.3 billion. You should probably just quit out of your own self-respect. But the new CEO should fire you just to prove that she's in charge, that the new CEO is actually in charge. And so I was wrong about that. Apparently, the legal counsel, she's still there. Maybe she knows too much and they're afraid to fire her. I don't know. But they did decide to put two in the hat for the human resources director. So it wasn't that long ago that we had a particular elected candidate, public figure across the country. You all know his name, who labeled Washington, D.C. and permanent Washington as the swamp. And this woman that got fired basically from the National Association of Realtors effectively represents the swamp of permanent National Association of Realtor employees and is effectively the figurehead for the problem. She's worked at NAR for 38 years. 38 years. And what is NAR? NAR is basically a miniature government. A miniature government, isn't it? Really, that's what it is. That's a good way to think about it. She represents the swamp. And how many other people are like her throughout the associations across the country who are making pretty good salary, way more than your average member of the association? She made, this woman here, Donna Gland, longtime NAR HR chief, set to retire after 38 years. She was making $565,000 in 2021. And she pulled in $2.5 million in compensation from 2017 to 2021. What is that, 4 or 5? She's getting $500,000 plus a year. That is like, how much does your average agent make? Like 60 or something like that? She's making bank, and she's been there since 1985. 1985. Oh my God. I mean, that is a really long time. That is staggering. She's the swamp. And again, imagine how many people are actually making salary from associations all over the country that it's a good job at a good wage, as Mike Dukakis used to say. By the way, I did not know that NAR had its own like miniature skyscraper in downtown Chicago, as you can see in this picture. So I was like, what is that building? It's actually called the Realtor Building, and it looks like it's a good 15 stories tall or whatever. It's got this kind of round thing at the top. I imagine that's where the executives are. And it's right on Michigan Avenue, right on the Magnificent Mile, right next to the Wrigley Building. I mean, this is prime real estate. And this, if you're a member, I've walked down this street. Maybe you have too in your visits to Chicago. This is prime real estate, and that's where your dues are going. Now, it's probably a good investment to own a building in downtown Chicago. And again, we don't know if they actually own it or leasing it. But if your average member is making 50, 60 grand a year, maybe you should be in a nondescript industrial park on the outskirts of the city rather than having an office tower on Michigan Avenue. Yeah, I'm just saying, what are the optics of that? What are the optics? Who are you? Right? How are you spending your members' money? How are you spending members' money? You're spending it on cushy $500,000 HR executives, and you're spending it on luxurious office space and so much other